UFC president Dana White just announced that the UFC are going back to Salt Lake City and the BMF title is back on the line. That is correct. The baddest mother effer belt, which did belong to Jorge Masvidal, the only man to hold such a symbolic belt. Well, he's retired, so the belt is back on the line. Remember, Masvidal initially won that fight in 2019 against Nate Diaz, Madison Square Garden, and The Rock wrapped it around his waist when he put a beat down on him and got the finish at the end of round 3 due to a cut. Great fight, but Masvidal never defended it. To be fair, he didn't really get a chance to defend it. He was too busy trying to become the welterweight champion of the world. Had a great career and all the best in your retirement, Jorge. But still, the show goes on. Dustin the Diamond Poirier, Justin Gaethje, the human highlight reel, they are going to go to war once again. And this is a rematch of a fight that they had 5 years ago, 2018. And it was Dustin Poirier that got the job done. It was a TKO due to punches in round 4. Now, since then, Dustin Poirier, I mean, come on, this man, take a bow. He was on a massive fight win streak. He beat Jim Miller, Eddie Alvarez, Anthony Pettis, Justin Gaethje, Eddie Alvarez again, Max Holloway, fought Khabib Nurmagomedov. Tried to unify the belts when it became the interim belt when he beat Max Holloway. Didn't get the job done. Rebounded 3 sensational victories, 2 over Conor McGregor. Once again lost a unification bout against Charles Oliveira, but then he came back against Michael Chandler and wowed the world once again. And it's kind of a similar story. Justin Gaethje, the human highlight reel. This man is must-see TV every time he steps foot in the octagon. Now, he did fight Dustin Poirier before he lost in round 4, as I said, 2018. Then he went on a tear, knocked out James Vick, Edson Barboza, Donald Cerrone, Tony Ferguson, and just like Dustin, became the interim champion of the world. And just like Dustin, failed to unify the belts against Khabib Nurmagomedov. And just like Dustin, had a fight of the year against Michael Chandler. He won that one, incredible fight. And just like Dustin again, he failed to beat Charles Oliveira to become the lightweight champion of the world. But no shame whatsoever. 2 of the most exciting fights that the UFC has ever seen. And last time we saw Justin Gaethje, UFC London in March against Rafael Fiziev. Now, Fiziev is regarded as one of the best strikers on planet Earth, and he had a great opening round. But Justin, listen, he made some alterations, he made some adjustments in rounds 2 and 3, used the jab to great effect, landed beautiful uppercuts, and won a unanimous decision. He also called me biased afterwards, but still, I don't hold it against the guy.
Certainly not as biased as Michael Bisping.
He is awesome, and this fight will be ridiculous. These are 2 of the most entertaining fighters on the roster in the lightweight division, and they are both hungry to become a UFC lightweight champion. The problem is that Makhachev, that man is no joke, the protege of Khabib Nurmagomedov. I mean, come on. But this is going down in Salt Lake City. The BMF title is back on the line, and I can't wait. But still, it doesn't end there. You've probably seen Dana's announcement, but this fight card from top to bottom is ridiculous. The co-main event is 2 former champions. Jan Blachowicz, okay? The man that won the vacant title over Dominic Reyes via a stunning knockout and then defended it once again against Israel Adesanya and then lost to Glover Teixeira. But Jan Blachowicz, Mr. Polish Power, and one of the only men, alongside Alex Pereira, his opponent, to beat Israel Adesanya. Now, Jan Blachowicz got back in action, got a stoppage against Alexander Rakic due to a knee injury, to be fair, and then he fought to a draw, trying to become the champion again against Magomed Ankalaev. So he's going up against Alex Pereira. Now, Pereira, we all know the story. Last time he got knocked out against Izzy in round 2 in the 4th fight between them 2. But there's a lot at stake here because for Alex Pereira, listen, I said it all along, he should try and get the 3rd fight with Izzy in the UFC, but that doesn't matter. I mean, Mr. Polish Power versus Mr. Potan Pereira. I mean, come on, this fight's sensational. 2 fantastic strikers. Jan might try and get a takedown. He probably will. That would be the smartest bet. He could take Izzy down. Can he take Pereira down? Probably. But can he beat him? Can he take him down? Can he hold him down? And more importantly, can he win the fight? Because if he can't and Alex Pereira wins, well, then once again, Alex Pereira has bragging rights over Israel Adesanya. So you can bet your bottom dollar that Izzy will be watching that one very, very closely. And listen, both of these guys want to be light heavyweight champion. Jan wants to be it again. Pereira wants to be a 2-weight division champion. Not simultaneously, of course. But still, fantastic fight. Can't wait for that one as well. But it doesn't stop there, my friends. No, it doesn't. Michael Chiesa, longtime welterweight standout, going up against Kevin Holland. I mean, come on. What a fight. We know Michael Chiesa is going to go out there. He's going to try and wrestle him. He's going to take him to the ground. Kevin Holland, Mr. Kung Fu, likes to keep it at range, use the kicks, use the submissions, use the Darcys, but he's got to be careful. The key to victory there for Kevin Holland is, keep the fight on the feet and keep him at range. But still, there's a lot of bookings here. Tony Ferguson, El Kukui is back in action as well. It's been a little while since we saw him. I think the last time we saw him was against Michael Chandler when he suffered a devastating defeat. A lot of people said he got turned into a chicken nugget, but he didn't. Listen, Tony Ferguson's awesome. We know just recently he had a little brush, a run-in with the law, smashed his car in Hollywood one night, might have had a couple of drinks, so he's probably got some other problems there. But he's also got a problem in Bobby Green. Bobby Green, loved watching this guy fight. Last time out was against Jared Gordon. Before that, got knocked out against Drew Dober in a fight that he was putting on an absolute clinic. But I always say it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And there's your main card. Tony Ferguson, Bobby Green, Chiesa, Kevin Holland, Paulo Costa, Ikram Aliskerov. Didn't even mention that one, did I? Paulo Costa, Mr. Secret Sauce himself, going up against Ikram Aliskerov, who just had a massive win at UFC 288 a couple of weeks ago against Phil Horst. First round knockout. Before that, he was on the Contender Series in 2022. First round submission against Mario Souza. So Ikram Aliskerov, get used to hearing that name. Get used to saying that name. And I'm telling you, against Paulo Costa, listen, against Marvin Vettori, he showed up massively overweight, but still, it was a tremendous fight. He lost against Marvin Vettori, but I do enjoy watching Paulo Costa fight. There it is. There is the main card. There's some other returns on there as well. Derek Lewis going up against Marcos Rogerio de Lima, of course. Derek Lewis, fan favorite, the Black Beast. Who doesn't love watching that guy fight? But he needs a win. He suffered 3 devastating losses recently. Cyril Gane, Tai Tuivasa, Sergey Pavlovich. Very, very tough fights. We've also got Michel Pereira, Mr. Spinning back fist, back flip, whatever you want to do, uses all his cardio on the ring walk instead of the fight, going up against Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Come on, that's going to be sensational. That's going to be fireworks written all over it. Stephen Thompson, last time out against Kevin Holland, I commentated that fight, and I was just blown away at the skill and the speed that man has. One of the best strikers. Now, Ian Garry had a sensational victory at the weekend, knocked out his opponent, Daniel Rodriguez, and he called for a main event against Stephen Wonderboy Thompson in Dublin. I thought that was a good shout out, and shout out to Ian Garry doing phenomenal things. But of course, he is booked. Stephen Thompson, Michel Pereira, come on, that's going to be fantastic. And also announces Vinicius Salvador taking on CJ Vergara. So for this one, they're heading back to Salt Lake City, where Leon Edwards last time out knocked out Kamaru Usman to not only become the pound-for-pound number 1, but the welterweight champion of the world. And he will, of course, be in action sometime relatively soon going up against Colby Chaos Covington. So once again, July is a stacked month. We've got International Fight Week starting the month. We've got UFC London, July 22nd. The week after, we're going to Salt Lake City with this phenomenal fight card. But what do you reckon? Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier. They're very equally matched. They've both got equal aggression, equal experience, and they know each other. They've been in there with each other before. They know exactly how hard each other hits. Dustin Poirier, black belt in jiu-jitsu. Justin Gaethje, phenomenal wrestler, even though he never uses it. I can't wait for it. I'm excited. This is going to be sensational. But who do you think wins? Justin or Dustin? Who gets the job done? And then after that, will one of them get to fight for the belt? I'm pretty sure that Islam Makhachev would welcome the winner of this one. And let's be honest, whoever wins this, I believe, deserves a shot at the belt. Although Beneil Dariush might have something to say about that. But there it is. The UFC has knocked it out of the park. Salt Lake City, UFC 291. The BMF title will be returning. But will The Rock be? We don't know. That would be sensational. And by the way, this is one of those rare occurrences where the UFC is having a pay-per-view headlined by a non-title fight. That doesn't happen very often. Conor McGregor is the kind of star, the kind of magnitude, the kind of drawing power that can command that. But to be fair, I got no complaints. The BMF is on the line. Justin versus Dustin is sensational. And what an undercard. The co-main event, 2 former champs. Let me know what you think. Let me know who wins. Subscribe and ring the bell, and I'll see you soon.